Hi there folks, it's Deni. Well, you know, as many men, so many minds. Some people like shooters, some like open world games, some like strategy games. Basically, you can go on and on. But what about those who are crazy about all sorts of new games and play only the recently released? Well, if there are such people here, I've got good news for you. Because today we're gonna look at the new and hard games that are just out. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, let's get started. Have a Nice Death was just recently released. If you don't know yet, it's a kind of mix of 2D platformer and a RPG with a rather creepy atmosphere. He will take the role of a tired and very overworked Death. She has been dreaming of a vacation for a long time, but unfortunately all her plans fall apart because of some careless employees who, well, started to do some mess. So now, instead of taking a nice vacation, you'll have to work hard, adjust all the work processes in the corporation and do everything you can to make the employees start working damned well. Meanwhile, you'll have to restore the balance of death in this world, so you'll literally have to go out to the people with the scythe and send all the undead to the afterlife. All in all, you'll find something to do here. Next up, we have Resident Evil 4, and no, I don't really mean the original game, no. Today we take a look at Resident Evil 4 Remake. If you missed the game back in the day or aren't familiar with the Resident Evil series at all, let me tell you a little bit about what it is. It's a third-person horror action game that invites you to go on a dangerous mission. As Special Agent Leon Kennedy, you will rescue the president's daughter, who has been kidnapped and taken to the godforsaken middle of nowhere. What's more, the president has personally asked you to do it. Well, of course, it won't be easy at all. After all, this is Resident Evil, there is plenty of monsters and other bad stuff around at every turn, you know. But let's talk about the good parts. The graphics key is incredibly good, and the developers did an excellent job and redesigned the gameplay so that it covers all modern realities. And even if you don't like some characters' new look, well, there are already some mods that have brought them back to the right way. If you wanna try something with the cartoonish graphics, I would recommend the newcomer Deceive Inc. It's a bright first-person action with strategy elements where you have to try on the role of special agent and fulfill different tasks. They vary depending on your map, but the common goal is to get into, well, defended estates and pick up the items from them. To do this, you will need to use your stealth skills to hide from enemies, get into closed and protected areas, and obtain secret vault access cards. Well, all that spy stuff. And you have to do all this faster than the other agents, and also try to kill them as possible. The fewer obstacles, the better, right? Well, and yeah, try not to take a bullet yourself. Next up, we have a very exciting action RPG called Deflector. Its main feature is that you are entering a microscopic world with all sorts of cells, viruses, bacteria, well, all that biological stuff. And that would be okay, but these assholes pose a great danger to the body. So it's up to you to take up arms and deal with all the evil guys before they have an irreversible effect on a once thriving and healthy place. Here you have the opportunity to choose your protagonist, and each of them has a unique weapon, ability, the method of projectile deflection. What's more, you'll unlock more and more mutations, biotypes, and enhancements as you progress. Simply put, you'll be constantly improving here, so you are unlikely to get bored with this game. And if you don't want to wander around in someone's body and would rather go to some tropical islands instead, then you are just at the right place. I have one more game for you. It's Tchia, an interesting open world game. The main character is a brave girl who can control and guide the animals. You know what this means? It means that you will be able to fly, swim and much more. Simply put, you will be able to explore the world from any angle and find all sorts of hidden treasures there. There are about 30 animals in the game and each one can become your faithful friend. Isn't it nice? Moreover, the plot here is awesome, and it will for sure give you a lot of good vibes. The graphics in this game perfectly conveys the atmosphere of this world and the adventures that are waiting for you. So this game is a great choice if you want to have something calm and peaceful. The next game on today's list is Barotrauma. It is an 2D simulator with RPG and survival elements. You will be the captain of the submarine, but not on the Earth, but on one of the Jupiter's satellites, named Europa, that has a huge underground ocean. The surface of the satellite is shrouded in a layer of radiation, and so people are forced to hide from it under the ice layer. Here in the game there are several modes, but no matter which one of you choose, the only general goal is to survive, since in addition to the possible danger of suffocation and drowning, there is also the danger of encountering with the terrible and very dangerous monsters. Oh, and one more thing, the developers strongly advise to play the game with online mode, so that the gameplay was more fun and generally easier. You have big ambitions and you are just looking for a way to fulfill yourself in the game? Well, you can do so in the game Big Ambitions. Well, the name says it all. It's a business simulator with RPG elements and a very versatile and catchy gameplay. New York City is considered to be the citadel of businessmen, because this city gives a lot of opportunities to release the most daring ideas, and you will have to see it for yourself. You start from the very bottom in a small business and gradually create a major corporation, known far beyond the continent. At first, you will be the sole manager of the company. This means that you will have a lot of tasks to do, to serve customers, to buy materials, to take care of furnishing issues, basically all that business stuff. But if you don't give up and keep working hard, you will be able to hire employees, and then your business will definitely go uphill. Next up, we have a new survival game with pretty eye-catching graphics above Snake's Prologue. This game will take you on a journey through mysterious lands, inspired by the atmosphere of the Wild West. You will take the role of a brave woman who finds herself in the middle of woods and wastelands, and now has to survive herself and help others to do the same. Unlike other survival games, the world here is not auto-generated. Instead, you create it yourself by placing different fragments of the world as you see fit. Once you've created your world, you'll unlock a bunch of activities: crafting, farming, hunting, fishing and so on. And of course, fighting tons of nasty creatures. And that's not a whole list. So why not find out what else this mysterious world holds? If you are a fan of pixel games, I suggest you take a closer look at Eldest Souls. It's a fantasy indie action game with a top-down view. What do you have to do here? Well, first of all, you have to fight the bosses. There are no endless waves and monsters or mobs. The game is based on endless battles with many different bosses, and each battle is unique. Most of this is of course due to the bosses' unique abilities. There are monsters with magic pitchforks and wings, all sorts of mega speed monsters, and some guys with unbreakable armor. In short, for each and every boss here you have to develop a specific tactic, and in general, this is what makes it catchy. If you want to tickle your nerves a little bit, you will definitely need to try Anthology of Fear. This is a psychological first-person horror, and the emphasis here was put on a very tangled story and investigation of your surroundings. The story is based on the idea that there are a lot of things that surround us that are not so obvious. The story in this game is told by a young girl, Nathan Soren. She is trying to uncover the truth behind her brother's disappearance, and her searches lead her to an abandoned medical facility with all sorts of dumb things going on. But what else did you expect from a horror game? Anyway, after a while, the girl discovers the disturbing background of this place, and also what happened to the people who were connected to it. By getting immersed in the memories of strangers and other local creepy stuff, she manages to figure out what was behind her brother's disappearance. But let's be honest, you'll have to live to see this moment. Have you ever felt that it's not blood running through your veins, but sea water? If so, Sea of Craft is for you. It's a fascinating sea journey that focuses on the laws of physics. Here you will have to sail the sea in search of fame and fortune. But to do so you must build a ship, and you must do so that the ship doesn't not sink before it touches the water. Here you'll have over 100 types of materials, parts and accessories for every taste, like masts, decks, cannons, sails, stringing wheels and other stuff. But don't forget about physics. That's the key to shipbuilding success here. Well, when your ship is ready, you can start exploring the open sea, and trust me, your journey will be full of adventures and battles with the pirates and sea monsters. In addition, there is an online mod, so you can have a great time here with your friends or people from all over the world. Well, the video is coming to the end, and the last thing we are gonna look at today is WWE 2K23, the sequel of Cult Wrestling Simulator, that is like a mix of arcade and realism. Here you'll learn about the story of legendary wrestler John Cena, and also meet Ronda Rousey, Ice Cliff, and many other legendary personalities from the wrestling world. You'll have to watch their career development, getting into the atmosphere of constant clashes between the most powerful fighters. You'll get to try out many unique moves and punches here. If you ever watched wrestling, you probably know that blocks, takedown and throw of your opponents over your hip are only the most basic of that usually happens there. So this sports simulator is certainly exciting. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something interesting, and if so, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Deni, see ya guys soon.